TCC 36. I know. Couple of days late. Bear with us. Technical difficulties, if you will. No. 36. First things first. Roll that intro. TCC 36. You may ask, well, what is the topic? The topic this week is gravitate, to attract to a person, place, or thing type of deal, right? It's kind of piggybacking off of last week's episode. We'll put it up here too. When we did that episode, if you all recall, we actually took some youth to Fresno State to tour the campus. They got to go on a basketball court with the basketball players. Those of you all who are not in Fresno State, their basketball team actually plays at the Save Mart Center, which is located on Fresno State's campus. However, they host other events. So later that week on Friday, we were able to take some of our youth to see a boxing match. And congratulations to Jose Ramirez. He won his bout that night. So congratulations to you, sir. Redemption. We could dig it. But yeah, so we were able to take our youth to this boxing match, and some of my personal friends tagged along with us just as well, who have never been to a boxing match. So you may say, okay, what does that have to do with gravitation and gravitate? Glad you asked. Gravitate. When we took our youth to see the basketball team, they were able to, they were wowed, and they were able to play with, the basketball players and step on the court. When we took them to a boxing match, it was just something different. The questions started just flying because, the boxers were boxing and not brawling, like knocking each other out. They were scoring points and doing things. These young men, they had no idea what, a boxing match really consisted of until they were actually exposed to it, like we said in TCC 35. And then now they have some kind of concept to where they're gravitating to the sport of boxing. And that's all because they were able to see it. It was tangible. And so here at the Choice Center, once again, transparency is key, right? That's why we show these different views so you can see what's going on. I'm talking right into this camera right now, and I can see myself right here on this screen, right? Transparency. At the same time, like Simon Sinek says, transparency doesn't mean that everything is just out there, in the open. No, transparency is actually explaining why we do the things that we do. So here we are with Gravitate. A lot of the youth who come with a sports background to the Choice Center, right? A lot of them do. And that's perfectly fine. Once again, let's just make sure that we are clear. Sports is a great avenue for our youth to find their success vehicle. But what we must understand is that not every youth will be the next LeBron James, the next Odell Beckham, the next Aaron Donald. We know that, right? So we want to expose them to different things that they can then now gravitate to. A lot of the times, they don't know what it takes to be a lawyer, a politician, a mayor of a city, the chief of the police department. These things, right? So here at the Choice Center, not only do we want to take them to a boxing match that they've never been to so they can see the ins and outs of the actual sport of boxing, we want to set it up to where our youth can do what we like to call the 2 to 5 o'clock shadow. Right? So let's just stick to the 5 o'clock shadow. Now that could be 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. And a lot of you all may be thinking, well, 5 o'clock shadow, it's like a beard or something. No, we're switching it up. The 5 o'clock shadow here at the Troy Center is when our youth are able to shadow a specific profession, whether it be a council member, a lawyer, like I said, the chief of police. These are the kinds of things that we're trying to get our youth exposed to. So then now they can gravitate to these different professions and not just be so tunnel vision when it comes to being a rapper, being an actor, actress, being a professional sports, athlete. Now their range is widened because of their exposure. So now they are gravitating to different things. And a lot of the times people are fearful of things that they don't know, whether it's other people, other cities, or even other types of employment, professions, right now. And I'm not going to get into this whole spiel about, law enforcement. People are fearful of certain things. So why not expose these young men and women to law enforcement on the other side of the coin, where it's not the law enforcer coming in and enforcing the law? No, they're opening the door. So now you can see what it takes to be this or that. Okay, if the law enforcement thing isn't your thing, that's perfectly fine. Now let's see what it takes to be a lawyer, a council member. Do you know what the deputy mayor does? You probably don't. But here at the Troy Center, we want to expose you to those avenues. So then now you'll gravitate to it. So yeah, gravitate. Yeah, not levitate, but gravitate. Things that are attracted, that you are attracted to. We want to do that here at the Troy Center by doing these 5 o'clock shadows, where it's not necessarily an internship, but you get to shadow these different professions. Pick one. We'll have a plethora of different professions for you to choose from, right? This summer is key for that. We hope that we can get it up and running this summer. For certain, we can show you what it takes to run a nonprofit. As a chief visionary officer of Truly Reviving Our Youth, also known as the Troy Center, I'm more than willing to expose the youth to something that we do, or the things that we do here at the Troy Center, so you can know how you can give back to your community, how you can, be a positive influence within your community. And that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. That's complete transparency right there. We want to help impact our communities in a positive way. And what better way to do that than to go through our youth? Our youth are going to be the next council members, the next chief of police, the next mayor, right? So why not get them the exposure now? So then they will it will be more comfortable for them later, and they will gravitate to something different. And it's all about seeing it and knowing that it's out there, knowing that it's a possibility, right? I got this great quote. Let me get this right quick. I'm gonna read this quote right quick. Bear with me, please. I'm gonna put something in the background right now so you guys can check it out, but I'm looking this up right quick. Transparency doesn't mean sharing every detail. Transparency provides the context for the decisions we make. That's one great quote I want to say, but that isn't the exact one that I wanted to speak on right now. All right, this is a rap lyric. He says, and I'm just going to just jump in halfway to the verse right here. It says, probably because it's hard to ever be what you never see. LaRussell, he up next. There's no question about it. There's no question about it. He says, probably because it's hard to ever be what you never see. People tell our youth all the time what they can't be. And it would definitely be hard to be that if you don't see that. So here at the Troy Center, we want to make sure our youth see these different things by providing them avenues of possibilities, right? It's hard to be what you never see. I can't take that line. LaRussell from Vallejo, the next up, right? But that just goes to show you all these things that, oh, you can't amount to. I remember my 5th grade teacher told me that I couldn't be the president because in 5th grade I wanted to be the president. And she was like, no, you can't do that. And that just killed my whole little, aspirations of being a president. But at the same time, I never saw the president. I've never seen the president in my life in person, right? On television, yeah. But it's hard to be what you never see. So we're going to switch that up a little bit and expose our youth so then they will be able to gravitate to different professions and be successful and make the community, the city, the state, the world a better place. TCC 36, Gravitate, man. Let's get it. We out. Peace.